Welcome back, straight into it today. Thanks for your views, thanks for keeping up with the channel. I know the last one was a little bit long, but that was my fault, I got carried away. Last time we was down here underneath the boat. Now if you look here, you can see where we was last time. People have watched it. We've got the holes, we've got bits and pieces going on. This is all getting ready for the welding. Now if we come around, we're moving down a section and we're going to be looking at, if you see here, just there, I don't know what that is. I think it's got to come off. It's more welding to be done, but I think it needs to come off. Or welded from the inside. We'll look at that because I think it might be able to weld from the inside as well. My plan is for the first time in a decade, in the next 3 to 4 weeks, to have this completely watertight, so the boat can actually float, which would be nice. It's a boat. The boat should float. Look under this one. It's an analog unit. That's coming off as well. And anything in the little porty hole. Now the weather hasn't been great in the last 3 to 4 months. It really has put a lot of problems my way. It's stalled us in a lot of different ways. But it's looking like it's getting better. We've got a nice day today, but we won't waste our time on too much on the outside today, because we've got a few nice days coming over the next 4 weeks, I would say. And we need to hit the outside because we need to get the boat moved. And I'd rather the outside be looking reasonable when it's moved to the front of the yard. And that means all these sidewalks, they all need doing. That's all coming. That's all on the list. Let's have a look where we was last time. Let's list this up. Right, here's where we were working last time. Down the bottom there, you can see the holes. They were the old sensors and speed sensor, depth sensor, and on the far side to my port side, just around here somewhere underneath, was an inlet for water. Now let's have a look down here. This is where we're heading today. I'm over here. What we just were looking at, the big sensor, I've already got a ratchet down there, is this one here. The one which I'm debating on whether to just re-weld is this one here. We'll look at that. But these two are coming out. This one here at the back, that is your discharge into the ocean for the sea toilet if we use it. And this one here, where the ratchet is the intake for the water, which we will valve, but we probably won't use because I want to use clean water in the tank. Now, one of the things I thought I'd show you while I'm here is I've got this stuff for the water tank. We're not doing it today, but it's basically a chlorinated rubber paint. Now, there's someone in Germany and America both told me, because I want to convert one of the old diesel tanks into a water tank because it's just too big for the I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it, on 1,000 litres of diesel under the floor here. So we can treat the tanks. We can acid clean it, treat it, clean it all the way through, bristling clean, and we can spray it with this stuff here. And then that is what they use when you see these big American water towers in the States and in the UK as well, and schools. They use it inside these tanks, and that's good enough. That's for another day, but that's what it's for. That's our plan. Right, we're concentrating on the welding. Let's have a look underneath. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll be glad when these rails are back on. Now, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Sensor. That's welded. Let's have a look, shall we? We're going to grind that one off. We get inside and we deal with these two. We just grind them off. Then that one there, that one there, that one there. This one here, we're going to try and get a chisel underneath it. This one here, in actual fact, I think that's Need to check that. That's welded, and that one's welded, and this one is an old sensor, and this one's coming off as well, which you need to get inside. And there's some screws here and here. This is actually a piece of wood, and I know it leaks. I know it's leaking because I've seen inside there's marks where walls got in, as is for this one as well. Okay, I can't see anything. Right, let's see if we can dislodge this one. Plastic. And there's filler, so it's been filled around. Whenever you're lying under your boat and you hear all these pinging noises, you always worry a bit, don't you? See, that's the old seal, which is gone, and there's corrosion there a little bit, so that's going to have to be ground out a bit. I reckon that might punched on the inside. Another one. Now this is where you can see the seal's perished. It's perished, it's gone. And round there, it's just dust. It's not doing anything. I don't think water would get through this somehow though, but I'm not too sure about this one. These are welded. Oh, this is going to be a real pig, this one. Let's get this out, and then we'll get inside with a grinder. No, we get outside with a grinder, and we're grinding this one. That one there, that one there, that one there. Window that's coming off. That is a sensor of some sort, an old sensor. Okay. Right. Grinder. Yeah, that's all in a sec. When you're under a boat, you've got to make sure that the hot bits don't drop on you. That's why I'm sticking to this side. And this one. I think that'll come out. I think these will push. We'll be able to knock around a little bit now. In fact, let's just give that a little chisel and see what happens. Not so easy. We get it. We get it from the inside. Right, let's put the tools over that side. Oh, these are the last ones for the underside, apart from the back. Once we get to into the aft cabin of that floor, I don't think that's too bad. I don't think anything's coming out. That's the only thing about this type of thing. We do tend to go up and down quite a lot. Keep it fit though. Right, move these out of the way. Put them there. See what we got. Right, I think that should hammer through. Couple to studs to get out. Bit of a hammering to do, I think. There's another bolt there, look. I didn't see that one. That means I've cut one bolt off, but if you look at the back, there's another one. Just here, so you can't see that from underneath. So it's gone. That's got to come out, that's got to come out. Okay, that's a grind job. Little grind job there, I've drilled that one out. And then grind, and I'm hoping that these hammer out. Okay. That is taking a bit of a fry it that way. Another disc. Oh, it's a logo. And it's in one piece. Yes. Okay. I don't want to do it, but I think there's a bit of heat on it. I think the seal under this one, the seal on this is gripping it. It's underneath here on the other side of the boat. So I'm thinking about getting a heat gun in here and we'll heat this up just round here. The same with this one, just round here. We grind these two up a bit more and we'll look at trying to get this one. So we can punch this one off. Oh, that's just absolute rubbish, whatever that is there. Right, big hole in the boat. Now that is a big hole. That's alright. I mean, look at it. That's again, you can see if you look to the edge, you can see there's a little bit of ingress coming through. But we get them off now. That's fine. Right, we need to get another grinder disc. These are looking good. We'll get rid of that there. We can grind over that flat a little bit. We can take that one off, then this I'm hoping will punch off, and I'm telling you now, I think this one's going to be the pig, even though this will be the smallest hole. And then we're ready to clear it all up. Look in the back. Now you would definitely sink with that hole in your boat. Oh God. Okay. Battle the Bilge. Battle the Bilge 2. Battle the Bilge 2. I just had to have a look at this. But this is actually, the bit I just knocked out, is a piece of wood. And it's been fiberglassed over. And then they've screwed through, I've even got a wood plug. I mean, now that, this is just wood. It's nothing more, it's just wood, it's as light as anything. That is all what's stopping your boat from sinking. If that was to get punctured, that's the end of it, end of game. There's no way a bilge pump could deal with that much water coming in your boat. That is just crazy. It's been made to look nice. It's made to look like it's it's like a blanking plate. And all they've done is just got a bit of wood, they've drilled through it, they put a bit of plastic on the back, they put tons and tons of resin around it, bolted it up, resined round, sanded it, looks lovely, done. Rather than get a welder and weld a plate, and what we're going to do, we're going to be down. That's just made me so pleased that I'm taking them all out. I'm just, yeah, that's made my day, that one. We're going to get the heat gun, we're going to heat up the inside of these two, and then we'll bang them out, and then there'll be a big old clear up inside here, and underneath, obviously, get ready, and yeah, we'll head to the back, and have a look what we've got there. It's lovely. Definitely got some holes in the boat. Definitely got some holes in the boat. They won't be there for too much longer though. And the nice thing is just the fact that I've taken out a piece of hardwood, what was resined over a hole which I have no reason, no idea why that hole's there in the first place. It's miles too big for anything I know. Means that when the boat gets welded and sealed and everything else, it's actually going to be better than it was whenever that happened. I don't know when that happened. That could have happened in the 60s for all I know. That could have happened in 69, it could have been anything. It's a showboat at the end of the day. And a showboat is exactly what it says on a tin. It's made to look good, go fast and do everything else. But then you start finding things like this all the time. Now we've been finding bits like this all over the bottom of this boat. And we know we've got a really good, solid 4 to 5 mil skin right the way through the hull. So let's just keep it that way. Why put a piece of wood there? I just don't get it. Okay. Right, get the fire going on in the boat. It's loose. Come on. Yeah. That's what I say. Whenever you do this, I've got 3 fire extinguishers on this boat. One's right behind me there, one's on the wall. And the fact that I've done this now means I won't be going anywhere on this boat for at least 2 or 3 hours anyway. So, I'm hoping now that we better punch some of this stuff out. That looks like it's got a copper rim around it. That's that one out. The old flame, just break the seal. What's left of it, so there's a nice little hole there. That'll go. Right, what we want is a bit of wood. A bit of wood. Definitely going. That's it, it's gone. We're clear. There's a couple of bits we need to look at underneath. Specifically, I think there's 2 nuts underneath. And then we take the grinding wheel, or the hand grinder, and we'll give that a really good clean up around where we're going. No good. This is a little flap. This is for discharge, and then it's supposed to stop it from. It's actually quite a good piece of kit to keep that. That belongs in there, in that valve. So I've kept it. And all it does is it lets water out, and as the flow of the boat is moving along, it pushes the flap back to stop water coming back inside. Clever, that's all it does. Alright, very simple. Look at that big lump there, sitting there. That's fell out the bottom, and that didn't take a lot of doing either. Okay, let's get underneath and have a look what we've got. Well, here's an ultrasonic sensor. Won't be using that. What's left of, I think, is a depth sensor. Won't be using that. And this is where the speed sensor, the speed wheel, this used to fit through this. We won't be using that. All gone. It's all going to be welded up. Now, this is, and that's got to come out, whatever it is. That's a bit of filler. This has all got to come off. Everything here's got to come off. And all this, I mean, look at it. That's just terrible. Seal. Put the old mask on, and we're going to clean all this up. This is all going to get, we'll clean all this up, this is all going to get welded. Apart from possibly this one. We'll see what type, size the sensors are. I wouldn't mind getting a sensor to fit this actually, this is the bigger one. we got it cleaned up enough to cut and weld. I'm not sure about this bit here. It doesn't feel, feels like a bit of a bump there, so I might actually, when we weld, it feels like there's something was there and it's been filled with some sort of resin, so I'll probably dig that out the day we weld and fill that as well. We've done what we wanted to do. We've got the main off. We know we're going to have a look at a little bits and pieces. I think there's screws. I've been there's one there, so but we can do it on the welding day. One here, we know that. I've got two there, but basically wherever we are with it now, it's going to be better than it was, because we know for 100% this would have leaked. 100% it would have leaked, and it wouldn't have been small leaks. And the fact that this one here was just a piece of wood is typical showboat. Typical showboat. Let it do what it needs to do on the day, and that explains why we've got a lot of water marks inside that bilge area, or that service area in the bilge, because it would have been leaking. 100% would have been leaking. Yeah. And that explains why there was no water in that part of the boat when I emptied the boat out, because there was no water in that section. It was all the other sections of the boat. It was full at the back and full at the front and full in the chamber, but there was none here, and that's probably because it was leaking through. It explains quite a lot. Lovely. Move on. Oh, Henry needs a new bag. There we go, so we're pretty clear. We're pretty clear. Needs a little bit of the old heavy wire brushing around where the welds are going to go. We put this lot back, we head into the rear of the boat. Then we look at the valves, what we've got and what we need to get. Take the steps out of the way. They will come out slowly, slowly. Now, we've had these doors up before. To be absolutely honest, what I'm looking at, a little bit of water in there. This is where the bilge pump goes. This here is the out for the toilet to the seacock, which we've got a tank as well on this boat. And this one here is the same as what we've got down the front. That's the inlet for the water. So here there's absolutely nothing to do but clean it up, which is good. So that's really going to be cleaned up and ready for painting. Again here, a little bit of water at the bottom, but that's expected as well. I've been washing things down. Pipes coming through, you see, to this side to my right, that is to where the toilet goes. That's all going to be replaced. Everything you see here is coming out, but again, that just needs sanding, wiring and painting. There's nothing more to do in there, so that's good. This is slightly different because we have absolutely nothing here, but we do have some welding to do. Even though this tank isn't standard a diesel tank, well, it's not going to be a used diesel tank. I want to keep it as a tank, so we will be welding up bits and pieces, and we will probably fit a valve into this tank, probably somewhere like that, where that is there, and or even possibly the other side. We did go through this before. There's another one over there which we need to just put a double weld over, little plate. Or what will be in the top of this tank when we get a tank lid, I'll show you, is a level sensor which will have a cable to it, and that's it. There'll be a fill point which we will leave as a fill point, a breather point which we'll leave as a breather point, and a valve. So if we ever want to use this tank for diesel ever again, fill it up with diesel, put a pipe through and you've got a gravity feed. Well, I might even put a pump feed on if we ever did it, but I can't see us ever using it. There's just been a couple of other things I've looked at quickly. I'll just take them through you. This is the diverter valve. Now, if you remember right at the very beginning when I was cleaning out the shower, underneath the shower tray, there's going to be some changes here, but we'll go over that another day. Basically what this does, this will come from the loo, and it will either go through to the seacock, which is this one, the one we chopped out from the base today. This is the valve for it. Basically that just screws onto here. When we're done, we've got to get a thing for the pipe there. That was no good. But basically, seacock, open, closed. Obviously that will let water into your boat, so it's got to be piped up, and you normally put a siphon on this, but we do it when we do the shower room. We'll go over that. And then the next one was the water in. Now this is to the original toilet. Now I'm going to put this back in, but I'll probably end up just leaving it capped off, because I intend to use the clean water tank for the loo flush rather than have dirty water in there. I think if it's at sea, it wouldn't matter so much. Sea water is cleaner. I think river water, when it goes into your loo, it leaves all sorts of weird things, and you get all sorts of mosquitoes come through from the river as well. A lot of people don't realise that. They're pumping it into their loo. So I don't know what, you probably get stuff in the seawater as well, but seawater always seems cleaner to me. But we're going to go fresh. We're going to go clean water from the tank, because the tank's big enough. So that's basically that one there as well. So I'll put them in a bag out of the way. They're ready to refit. I need to get the same again for the rear, so I'm going to have to buy something for the rear toilets in the rear shower room. I don't have anything. What I took out of there was completely rotten. Stiltons for these. We'll take these off. We get a disc, bigger disc, and we'll whack these out, whack this out, whack this out. Clean the whole lid up, weld it, and after we've welded it, we'll clean the whole lid up. And that's actually then, if we get the right fittings on, there's nothing stopping us from fitting it. So it's all slowly coming together, but for now, that's it. Storm's picking up. We've looked down here, second time that's gone down today. Weather is getting better. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. See you in a couple of weeks, maybe before. I will be putting some bits and pieces onto the Facebook page though, I think. Little bits, but I can't really get on with anything really solid. Listen to that wind, it's definitely coming. Take care. Thank you.